Yo, what's going on guys? It's Ruin here with the first video of the Xbox Summer Game Fest 2020. Now, what is that? What is Xbox Summer Game Fest? It's a whole bunch of demos. What it is. If you guys didn't know, yesterday I believe they released a whole bunch of demos, around 60 to 70 I believe. You can just go to your store tab, go check over here, Game Fest demos, and look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 70. Actually 70 games. They've released 70 demos for this event, the Game Fest demos. And you can all try it out, but that's a whole bunch of games. You know? They don't have the time to see all of these. You know, maybe some of these games are low rating, but you might end up liking them. So what I'm gonna do is gonna go through a whole bunch of these. I've already actually downloaded 12, and I'm gonna go play them. I'm gonna give you my first impression of the game and show you a little bit of the gameplay, so you can have an idea of what it's like. You know, you never know, because some of these games, some of these have, no offense, but some of these might have like kind of generic game art, game box, like this one. Kind of generic. It looks like they just took a picture of in-game 3D, the in-game graphics, which is fine. And they rated it, like for this one, 10 people rated 2-star. You know, if you just look at the rating, you're like, kind of low, I'm not gonna play it. But maybe if you look at the demo, you look at some gameplay, and it might be right up your alley, because you know we all have different tastes. 10 people might rate it 2-star. To you, it might be a 4. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through a whole bunch of these, go through the work for you, play a whole bunch of games, since these are just demos anyway. I'm gonna play these, give you guys my first impression, a little bit of gameplay, and then you guys can just refer to the timestamps that I'm gonna provide on the description down below, and see if it'll be right up your alley. You know, you can just pick and choose, and hopefully it'll help you and your decision in the future when some of these games actually come out. And maybe it'll help you decide, like, buy it in the future. I don't know. So, and some of these might be diamonds in the rough as well, you know, or maybe some of these are just mobile ports. You don't know. That's why I'm gonna go through all of these, and gonna release a whole bunch of videos, and hope you guys enjoy them. And let's get started. Alright, the first game I will talk about is Aniquilation. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's from the studio R-Nex. Aniquilation is a top-down twin-stick shooter, although they give you an option. You know, if you don't want to use twin sticks, if you want to just one stick and then just one of the buttons. But it's also an on-rail shooting game, right? So that's one of the interesting parts about it. On this tutorial gameplay you're seeing right now, it's an on-rail shooting gameplay, which is kind of interesting since the main part of the game is a top-down dual stick shooting, right? So I'm not sure if you buy the game you'll find other types of gameplay, so will they switch it up? Maybe if you're traveling towards different planets, they'll switch to something like this, where it's an on-rail shooting gameplay, which is kind of interesting. I haven't played too much of any top-down shooters like this, but I really like what they did where Basically, the worlds are literally like worlds. The top-down part, you're shooting around. The map is basically this miniature world. A couple tips. I just use the dual stickies. It's fine because it's easier. You can shoot and aim with the other stick. Plus, they add a melee function basically, and with the melee function, you can deflect enemy bullets and enemy ships. So that's one of the tips I can give you while playing this game so far. Other than that, it's okay. It's a good time killer. Probably if I have it on my phone, I'll play it. But that's my first impression for Aniquilation, and on to the next game. Alright, for the next game that I want to talk about is called Lost Wing, which is apparently a pretty old game. It's been out on PC and Steam for a while already. I think it was released in 2017, and this one is an on-rail shooting game. At least that's what the demo says. I don't know if like the previous game they'll have like varying gameplay where it becomes a top-down shooter or anything like that, but so far on this demo alone, it's an on-rail shooting game. It's pretty fun. I think between this and the other game, I think I kind of like this more. But that's purely based on the aesthetics. The aesthetics. Plus, they gave me an option to change the techno music in the background with just a bumper button, say no. Although limited, they gave me an option, so I like that. This is more on rails, like I said, faster pace, a little bit of management of your materials, because you pick up these orbs, and these orbs power your boosts as well as your laser guns, basically. So if you run out, you have to wait, and you can't boost. So that's bad. So that's pretty cool, I guess. They give you that. Also, at first I didn't read the instructions. I was just grabbing all the power-ups. Don't grab the orange power-ups; they're bad. Although I don't know about the power that makes you big. I didn't mind that. You can pretty much easily avoid a lot of these obstacles. Although I do hate it when later on the camera changes, the whole game flips, and that transition period kind of messes you up because the control change. It's not quickly, it's like slowly. So you're kind of like, oh, is my left right now, or my right still, kind of thing. So I mean, it's pretty fun. It's an old game. You just get it on PC, I guess. If you're playing it in console, just play it on PC, man. Alright, that's it. On to the next game. This next game is called Doodle God, and it's basically a mobile game ported for the consoles. I mean, if you want to play it, that's your business, but why would you play this on consoles when you're better off on your phone? You know what I mean? Basically, the way the game plays, you combine pictures and you unlock more recipes, and then with those recipes, you can combine it with other pictures. What do you do with these recipes? Use them to unlock the bigger picture, the bigger puzzle of the game, the main mystery, the crime, whatever. That's basically how the game plays. Like I said, if you want to play it, good on you. But for me, it's a pass. So, that's it for the first episode of Xbox Game Fest. Thanks for watching, guys. And watch out for the next video. Ruin out.